In a dramatic escalation of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Ukraine launched a surprise series of strikes on Russia's energy infrastructure overnight, targeting major gas processing plants and oil facilities. Ukrainian military sources claimed the attacks have plunged parts of Russia into power shortages, sparking panic among the population. In modern warfare, energy infrastructure has emerged as one of the most strategic and vulnerable targets. Unlike in previous centuries where battles were fought primarily on land, sea, or air, today's conflicts extend deep into the veins of a nation's economy, its power plants, oil refineries, and gas pipelines. These structures are no longer just industrial assets, they represent the lifeblood of a country's civilian life and military capacity. When power grids go dark, hospitals lose electricity, factories halt production, and military command systems face severe communication breakdowns. The impact is immediate, widespread, and psychologically devastating. By targeting power systems, a nation aims not only to weaken the enemy's military logistics but also to destabilize public confidence. Civilians become indirect victims of this strategy, facing blackouts, fuel shortages, and limited access to water or heating. This form of warfare, often referred to as infrastructure warfare, represents a calculated attempt to paralyze a society from within, forcing the government to divert resources from the front lines to restore energy and order at home. It is less about destroying troops and more about undermining resilience. From a strategic standpoint, power infrastructure is considered a high-value target because it amplifies the effects of a single strike. A missile hitting one transformer station can cut off power to millions, while an attack on an oil refinery can ripple through the economy for months. This type of operation demonstrates how modern militaries have evolved beyond conventional battlefield tactics. Drones, precision-guided missiles, and cyber attacks are now used to exploit the interconnectedness of energy systems. Even a temporary disruption can have long-lasting effects on the enemy's supply chains, troop mobility, and domestic morale. Educationally, this shift teaches a critical lesson about the nature of 21st century warfare. The line between military and civilian targets has blurred. Attacking a power plant does not only harm soldiers, it affects families, hospitals, and businesses. This raises ethical questions under international law, particularly under the Geneva Conventions, which prohibit deliberate attacks on civilian infrastructure. Yet, the defense of such actions often lies in their dual-use nature. Energy facilities that power homes also fuel tanks, aircraft, and weapons factories. In the context of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, both sides have recognized energy systems as strategic leverage points. When Ukraine strikes refineries or gas plants inside Russia, it aims to weaken Moscow's economic stability and ability to sustain war production. Similarly, when Russia targets Ukraine's electrical grid, it seeks to freeze the population into submission during the winter months. This cat-and-mouse dynamic underscores how crucial energy dominance has become in modern geopolitics. Ultimately, the use of energy infrastructure as a weapon reveals how modern war is fought as much through technology and disruption as through physical force. Nations must now view power security as part of their defense strategy, integrating cybersecurity, decentralized grids, and renewable energy systems to build resilience against future conflicts. Strategic surprise is one of the oldest and most effective tools in warfare, and in the modern era, it has evolved into a multidimensional concept that extends beyond the battlefield. When a nation strikes critical infrastructure unexpectedly, it not only delivers a physical blow, but also a psychological one, shaking the opponent's sense of control and security. In the context of the Russia-Ukraine war, Ukraine's surprise attacks on Russian power plants and energy hubs illustrate how smaller or less resourced nations can leverage unpredictability to offset their disadvantages. These strikes show that no area, even deep inside a powerful country, is beyond reach. The element of surprise works because it forces the enemy to react rather than act. Military strategists throughout history, from Sun Tzu to Clausewitz, have emphasized the value of catching an opponent off guard. In modern warfare, this principle remains relevant, but has taken on new dimensions with the use of drones, precision, guided missiles, and cyber warfare. The Ukraine conflict has demonstrated that the front line can shift instantly. A drone launched hundreds of kilometers away can strike a refinery, communication center, or logistics base without warning. This ability to strike suddenly redefines what frontline means and compels nations to reconsider what safe zones truly are. The educational significance of these tactics lies in their demonstration of adaptability. When traditional military parity is impossible, innovation and timing become decisive factors. Ukraine, facing a larger adversary with superior firepower, has adapted by using long-range drones and intelligence-based precision strikes. These are not random attacks, but carefully calculated actions aimed at maximum disruption with minimal resource expenditure. Each surprise strike sends a dual message. It demonstrates capability and creates psychological pressure. Russia must now divert resources to defend deep within its territory, stretching its air defenses thinner and forcing it to reconsider its internal security priorities. However, surprise attacks also come with risks. They can escalate the conflict rapidly, especially when they target infrastructure that affects millions of civilians. When energy systems, oil depots, or gas pipelines are hit, the impact extends far beyond military operations. It affects homes, hospitals, and industries. This escalation often invites retaliation, leading to cycles of strikes and counterstrikes. In strategic terms, the surprise advantage can quickly transition into an escalation spiral if not managed carefully. From a learning perspective, the use of surprise in warfare underlines the importance of intelligence, speed, and deception. It teaches military planners that wars today are not won by numbers alone, but by foresight, adaptability, and technological superiority. It also highlights a deeper truth. Unpredictability is now a key weapon. The side that can stay agile, conceal intentions, and exploit timing has the upper hand, even against a larger force. In essence, strategic surprise in modern warfare is no longer just a tactic. It has become a philosophy of survival and dominance in an age where every strike can reshape the course of a war.